Well, hello, I'm Dr. Julia Royston. And as the kids say, let me reintroduce myself. I own BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the Book Business Boss Consulting, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. So I've been on the road. I've had several events as an exhibitor. At the large Indiana Black Expo. So that's the reason why my voice sounds like it sounds, because I've been speaking to people. Hello, hi. I've been in cold convention centers, conference rooms, in the corridors. Just it's just been a whirlwind, which I'm incredibly thankful and grateful about. But it is gives me an opportunity to do what I love, and that's meet people, and of course also introduce my books to them as well. And so therefore it also gives me an opportunity that when I come back home I realize, let me speak to the things that people have either asked me about, or the questions that they want to know, or things that they refer to when they pass by the table. And I'm always excited when I meet people who have either started a book and they haven't finished it, and they're like, I got questions. I'm probably 2 books behind. I should have been finished this. Help, help, help. And so let me just take it back to the beginning. So for me, it's pretty much, for me writing now after 20 years, for me, it's a few things. One, for me, for my first book, it was a command. And that very first book is right over my shoulder. And I had been journaling, I had been writing in notebooks for a while, and that was just it. And I moved several times. I seem like I moved every couple of years, just because I changed jobs, get a new job, got to go to grad school. It was just me by myself, so it was a great opportunity. But I was journaling to just because I enjoyed it first off, and it was very therapeutic for me. And so after many years, fast forward to 2007, God said, it's time to put that book together. And I'm like, what book, God? And he said, the book you've been having in those journals. And I realized once I started typing them up, because I'm just writing freehand, I'm going. Now that's another thing. A lot of you are journals. I got journals, I've handwritten them perfect. But before we move forward, we gotta have it tight. So that's a sidebar. But those same, I started the exact same way. I'm at probably 140 books now. And so, when the writing bug happened, it bit me hard. And so that was first off for me, it was a command. And then secondly, I realized it was an opportunity. I sang more than, most definitely then. And I had music CDs when I released my first book. The book came out, and the CD and the DVD came out simultaneously. I recorded it a live event. It was myself and a keyboardist, and we kept saying we were going to rehearse, and we never did. So I said, let's just let it rip. Whatever happens, it was perfect. And a special shout out to Mr. Joe Logan, because he's incredible. And so after the command, now it's an opportunity. Now it's opportunity because more people are asking, more people are requesting, more people are knowledgeable about what I do. Can you help me? Can you help me? So now it's an opportunity, because once you fall in love with it, you're going to want to do it more. And fortunately for me, which is different for everybody, I'm kind of an extrovert introvert. When I'm trying to write something, I like this, my messy office writing cave. And I enjoy that. But I know to sell it and to move the message, get the book in the hand of where it is go, my extrovert self comes out. So I was already on the stage, and which is sometimes very difficult for others. But it was an opportunity for me. I have my music and I bring my books along. And then now, fast forward 17 years, and now heading into year 18, as well as, now being retired from teaching 7 years, I have the opportunity that now people are requesting. Okay, now we need more books on. I'm like, okay, let me get the budget for that. And so now people are requesting, okay, now we need more trade books. You got the doctor and the lawyer. Now we need engineer, and then have you thought? Do you have anything on fear? Do you have anything? And of course, God gave me the outline for it, because we've been talking about this fear factor of moving forward and what fear does. So that now I've got requests, and so I started off with the command, and then I realized, okay, this is an opportunity. Didn't know how far it would go, but an opportunity, and I wanted to protect myself, my brand, on my books. Now I'm in the request stage. Now people are asking for it, and then more products that you have, the more profitable that you can be if you establish a business, etc. And then finally, for me, even though I have a comma there, it is a part of what I feel like is my legacy in the world, the thing, a part of my purpose, a part of, really taking that to the next level, because it's something I really enjoy. I would prefer to be writing than anything else, but I'm going to help you write. I'm going to help other people write, and really move that message into the next level. And so those are kind of my five whys and my five reasons. But I find that a lot of times people come up to me, have always dreamed about writing. It's a dream. It's a dream. It's a dream. I always want to see my book on the shelf. But faith without works is dead, being alone. And I had I think it's about my fifth or sixth person who said they had a dream of writing and they had something to say, but they died before they got the manuscript to anybody. They didn't have to publish with me, but they died before it happened. And the one was really, really recent. And my prayers go out to her family, but really, really recent. Live stream, public. There's a book gone. So, you can have that dream, but if you're not willing to move it forward, it will remain a dream. And then after so long, if you never get to do it, it will still be a dream of yours, but then it will turn into fantasy because it never did make it to reality. Now, here are three things that I really want you to really think about. Besides just, it's always been a dream of mine. Because as much as I've been in libraries, as much as I've been around books, it never was a dream of mine. Now to read and that, be under the hair dryer when my sister was doing my hair and be able to read 200 pages. Oh man, I was in my heaven. Reading was always an obsession of mine. It still is, but I just do it for different reasons now. Now it's for business. But writing and actually, ooh, see my name on the title page. Ooh, see my name on the never, not in my wildest dreams. And I'm a retired librarian. So I'm 30 years, 40 years in the industry, period. 2 master's degrees in library science alone. So therefore, books have just kind of been my thing. But just saying, oh, that's my dream one day. No, that wasn't my dream one day. Mm-mm. I didn't have that in my little mind. But God knew that was a part of my purpose. That's a part of who I am, is to help make other people's dreams reality. Now, if you're not ready, I get that. If you don't want to, I get that too. If you don't like to read, which I meet thousands of people. Oh no, I don't like to read. I get that too. I don't understand it quite, but anyway, I get it. Because you have a right to the things that you enjoy and the things that you want to do. But I feel like there's just worlds you're missing out on. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I digress. I'll come on back as a reader. But 3 things that I really want you to think about. Sure, it could 3 more things. Yeah, it could be a dream of yours. But when you're really seeking to write a book, to really help somebody else, because as much as it is a dream, some dreams are selfish. And sorry, ouch, if that hurt your feelings. But some dreams are selfish. Some dreams you just want it just for you. But to really be profitable and to really be beneficial to the global community, you have to Have some dream, some book that is not just for you and something just you're interested in. It's got to be able to transfer to someone else. So it needs to be pretty much in these three categories. There are many, many more, I promise you. But it's either a part of your expertise, something you learned on the job or you went to college for, something that you enjoy, even if it's a passion, an expertise that you have, and you want to, it's just what I do and who I am. Or it can lend itself to entertainment because the entertainment industry is still moving. It's making some shifts and changes, but the entertainment, so fiction and enjoying that is still out there and still available. So number one, expertise. Number two, entertainment, and number three, education. And when you're thinking about education, you're thinking about college or whatever. But anytime you're training someone, teaching someone something that will better their life, how is it transferred to better their life? So when people are interested in writing a memoir, or they're interested in writing even inspirational, you've got to make sure that it meets a need and answers a question, meets a pain point of someone else, so that they will have an interest in it, an interest in you and what God is really saying, and what you're really, the message of what you're striving to get. So is it expertise? Is it your expertise, something that you do that you're passionate about, even if you taught yourself, something that you're passionate about? Is it entertainment? Something that somebody will enjoy, close the book and go, that was a great story. That was fun. That was exciting. Or is it educational? I learned so many things that literally transformed my life. People have bought my book, write that book now, publish that book now, promote that book now, and not only written, published, self-published, started companies and moved forward. Yep. Those are the kinds of helpful things that's inside that set in that series. Shameless plug. You can get it at juliaroystonstore.com. Just in case you were interested, juliaroystonstore.com. But I digress. But the expertise, entertainment, and education, one of those three areas. Are you just, even with the memoir, it should seek to educate. It should seek to point out red flags. It should seek to do some magnificent things to help deliver or help someone not get in that situation. You see how we're wanting to write for other people and not just for ourselves, because then that gets into the opportunities and the requests. Because you help me in this area, can you help me in this area? Because you met a need, you answer my question over here, can you answer my question over there? Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's an awesome thing when you're able to help someone else. So think about the dream that you had, the dream of writing. So what's the status of it? Is it still a dream in your head? Because I've often used the tag, helping you get your message to the masses, but also from your head to Amazon, because we got to get it out of your head. Ideas are roaming around. That's so wonderful. But we got to get it out of your head. So, do you need to start? Let's start. Do you need to start from the beginning? Now, if it's not something that you ever want to do, tag somebody else, forward it to someone else, share it. I appreciate that. But if it's not you and books are not what you want to do, and the words on the page, I have no interest in it. Great. I understand. Forward it to someone else. But if you've always in the back of your mind been doodling and taking notes, it's time to start. It's time to get going. It's time to get it started. And the idea, I've helped many do it. I'm running up on nearly 500 books published, helping other people. So when I say helping you get your message to the masses, I mean that. I'm striving to help. Now, I can't say I help every single solitary person, but I'm going to point you in the right direction. And even if your spirit and mind don't jive, great. I just want to, when I stand before God, I was like, I did what you told me to do. So do you need to start? Or, like I've met a lot of people, you need to revisit. You need to look at it again. I told this story before, but recently a client was like, I'm really on book 3. I should have had 3 books done by now because life keeps on going. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. It's not waiting on you. It's not waiting on nobody. It just keeps moving. And a lot of people, like, girl, you really moving, girl. Yeah, because I know as I get older, I'm not gonna feel like it. As I go to older, I may not feel like huffing and puffing through convention centers and dragging very heavy books and containers. And Mr. Brian Royston is not either. So therefore, I have a window of opportunity. Sure, I can write for until I'm gone or until I don't feel like it. But I know while I have the energy, while I have the wherewithal, while I have the as they say, the fight, the will, like, ooh, the inquisitive, oh yeah, I want to do and I want to go. While I still have that, I'm doing it. I'm going for it. So maybe it's time for you to revisit that dream before you're taken out of it. And that last person that passed on and went on to glory without getting a manuscript, it wasn't like, oh, she was really, really old, younger than me. So therefore, it may be time to revisit. Maybe time to revisit those goals and dreams. Maybe time to revisit that vision board you did. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It might be hanging up on your wall. But did you have a book on it? Did you have start business on it? Did you have we need additional income on it? Right? Because a journal, a book can be a source of income. It is intellectual property, just like stocks, bonds, house, car, cash, anything else. It can be produced and sold and provide a profit. Remember, that was my other thing, profit and legacy. So maybe you need to start. Maybe it's time to revisit. And maybe this one finally finish. Finally finish. One potential client, I'd been talking to her. She said 40 years she's been working on it. 10 years, another one was 10 years. Another, I just several. And passed on. They didn't move. They thought they had time. They thought, I'll get it to Julia eventually, but it didn't happen. Their time on this earth had ended. They had fulfilled their assignment. Now, that dream of fulfillment didn't happen. And maybe their heirs will do it. Maybe their children will do it. Maybe their grandchildren will find those spiral. Because I've had that happen too. Mama didn't get it done. Grandma, big mom didn't get it done. Julia, we're gonna type it up and get it to you. And I've done that too, in honor of someone else. But they didn't get to see it. The physical. They wrote all the story out. They didn't get to do it. It was still a dream when they gone. Now it was realized, but it was the next generation that realized it. And I realized, the Bible does talk about David did he couldn't build the temple, but he got all the resources. He made all the contracts, paid for everything so that his son could build it. So maybe that's you. But for me, I have no biological children. I have nieces, I have a godson, and but I want to leave something, a legacy behind for them. I don't want it to just be a dream. I don't want it just to be fantasy. I want it to even if it's not a New York Times bestseller, even no one knows me or no. I want to be able to stand before him and say the idea you gave me, the assignment you gave me, the command you gave me, I did it. I completed it. I did my best. Okay. Finally finish. Finally finish. Now I can only encourage you. I can't make you, force you, but I can only encourage you. And you all know, if you've been following me for any time, my biggest thing is I don't want to live in regretville. Even if it didn't turn out like I wanted, it didn't look like I can change it, I can fix it, I can adjust it. But to never do something that I always had a dream to do is just, I don't know. That's worse than failure, and it didn't work out. At least I tried. I have the peace of that, of knowing I finished it. It went there. It went somewhere. Actually, I saw an author not too long ago. She said, I just typed the end. And, it hasn't been edited. Probably nobody's seen it but her. But I put in the comments, congratulations. Just the mere fact of it's finished. It's finished. We used to sing an old song back at my whole church. Don't let him catch you. We crossing over one by one. Don't let him catch you with your works undone. Don't let him catch you with your works undone. You don't want that. Even if it didn't work out, oh, it would. That's a lesson. That's God's provision. That's God's grace and mercy. That's God's educational system for you to have experience, patience, and all of that in life. Now, I know I done taken a detour, and we're talking about writing, but it has everything to do with it because He is the creator. A man's gift and all good and perfect gifts come from God. It comes directly from Him. He's the creator of all things. So therefore, I, as the creature, I want to stand before the creator and say, I didn't bury my talent. I multiplied it multi times over. Okay, now I know you're saying, well, what next, Julia? What next, Julia? Well, I am not getting ready to do all of that and not have a way for me to help you. That's just not what I do. That don't even make no sense, does it? So I have a class. It's a 1 week from today. Today is July 22nd at the recording of this. It's next Tuesday, July 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Register at roystonclasses.com. It's to write that book now. It's a 2-hour workshop. You will get the replay. You will be able to keep the replay forever. You'll get a handout. You'll get me. I'm teaching the class. Somebody who's written books. Some people publish and they don't write. I know. You can just like, what? Yeah. They publish other people, they help other people do it, and they don't even write themselves. But you're looking at a writer. I love to read, but that writing thing really takes me somewhere. The creative process really takes me to the next level. So, write that book now workshop, 2 hours. So, what you're going to come away with is an outline. You're going to come away with the beginnings of a draft. We will have at least, in that 2-hour period, we will have at least 3 opportunities for you to write. There will be a training. You'll be able to ask questions. You'll be able to ask questions of what you are writing. I will cover fiction and nonfiction. Yeah, I know that's a lot in 2 hours, but like I said, I've done it many, many, many times because there are things that in fiction, writing fiction and nonfiction, children's and poetry, that you should be doing in addition to actual writing and sitting down writing, which you should do every day. Hello, but we'll talk about that. But there are some things that you need to be setting up as an author, as a future published author. You're always a writer. When you're writing, you're always a writer, but a published author that you should be doing as well. And where you are in this process, where you are as far as this process, expertise, entertainment, and education. What do you need to do to even prepare for that? Okay. All right. So, July 29th, that is Write That Book Now workshop. It's the first one in this summer fall workshop series. I've been helping other people publish and write and travel and all of that, but it's time for, as they say, as the kids go back to school. I think Indiana does go back to school that week. Yeah, they go early. And even Kentucky's going early and with August 7th. But we're all going to go back to school. We're all going to seek to finish before the year is in. We've got the second half of the year to get a lot done and a lot accomplished. One of the beauties of not only having the replay of this and the handout, etc., but you'll also have an opportunity to, if I have additional workshops, you'll be able to reach out to me and have a one-on-one session if necessary, so that we can get it down, we can finish it up, and so that you can move forward to the next level. Our goal is to have the draft. Our goal is to, especially if you just need to finish, our goal would be to have it the draft, at least within 30 to 60 days. Now that's left up to you. And we'll cover that in the workshop on July 29th, but at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Register at roystonclasses.com. For more information, if you have any questions, always BK Royston Publishing at gmail.com is my email address. Of course, all of my other websites, everything else, juliaaKroyston.com. That's Julia, another A and K. If you know me more than 25 years, you know why there's another A and K, ROYSTON.com. Now, in addition to that, I'm on the highway, I'm on the road. Finishing up this summer, I'll be in Dayton, Ohio when I see me BIPOC Children's Book Fair, Dayton Public Library Western Branch, 300 Abbey Avenue on July 26th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out. I posted the other day, whether you got a car, a scooter, a tricycle, bicycle, sickle, skateboard, meet us there if you're in that area. There are some phenomenal authors that are going to be in the place, and be able for your classroom purchase to donate to a classroom locally or take it back to wherever you live, or even your home library, to be able to do that. Children need representation, and they need to be able to see themselves in the books that they read. It helps to encourage literacy. And as you can imagine, literacy has just been my whole life. I love reading even before I could read. I enjoyed the pictures, but that's the opportunity that we have to spread the love and spread the love of reading. It's always good too, as well, for a child to see themselves in another person. They had no idea that authors were Black female, Black male authors, and the children's book. Oh my gosh, when they see themselves, oh my goodness. And then when they find out I publish, they don't even know what the publisher does. I don't think I've ever been to a school yet that actually knew all the steps. They say it gets it on Amazon. I said, yeah, that's the end result. What's the beginning? What's the look like in the beginning? So it's an opportunity. I love it, love it, love it, and super excited about it. And then, of course, Tuesday night, join me for the workshop, Write That Book Now workshop, at register at roystonclasses.com. And then, and then, where am I going next? Oh, going back to Indianapolis again, August 16th for She Reads, main branch of the central branch of the Indianapolis Public Library from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's great time to be in the public library as well. So I'm in Ohio one weekend, and then August 16th, I'll be back in Indianapolis at the Central Branch. So real quick before I go, um, for those of you who are like, I finished my book, it's good to go. I self-published, it's on Amazon. My question is it selling? Are you making profit from it? Do you need help with that piece? Do you need help with that part? And so therefore, I just want to uh, send you with some additional information. We're going to be talking about fourth quarter and beyond, but coming up in September. Now, the Write That Book Now workshop is next Tuesday, July 29th, but coming up in September 27th. It's a Saturday morning. Hopefully, you can put the kids outside or get them to the game or whatever. But I'm having the Book Business Boss Profit Masterclass. It is in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to come anywhere, have to travel anywhere. For more information about that, coming up in September, the bookbusinessboss.com. So register at bookbusinessboss.com. And the Profit Masterclass, fourth quarter and beyond. We're not only going to plan for fourth quarter, we're going to execute for fourth quarter. So wherever your book is, the status of it, it's on Amazon. Ooh, we're going to be talking about marketing. We're going to be talking about at the highest profit margin, what we're going to do with that book, how we're going to work it out with that book. Some of you may need, the book to be a new cover on it. Some of you might need to figure out how you're going to work social media. Even to this day, we still have people. I don't really like that social media. I don't like my face. I don't like video. We need to talk about it. We need to talk about those things. And I'm looking forward to speaking to you in regards to during that session. So looking forward to it. Book Business Boss helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and we're going to help us make our profits better. I don't know anybody who doesn't need some extra money, as my Danielle Whittingham says, my business coach says, get your coins. Let's get your coins. Register, visit bookbusinessboss.com and find out more information about attending and being a part of the Book Business Boss Profit Masterclass, fourth quarter and beyond and beyond. So super excited about that, all that's going on. If you like, I'm ready to publish, I don't need to be in a writing class. I'm in the middle. The book is finished. I need help. Go to talkwithroyston.com. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about your book. Let's talk about your vision. Hopefully, I don't have to give you a vision. You already have a vision for it. But we'll talk about that too on July 29th. But that's leaving a legacy, making sure that your voice is heard, your story is told, is really incredible, especially in the time in which we live. Life is short, time is short. No time is guaranteed for any of us. It no matter what age or stage of life you're in, it can happen. So, you ready? You want to? Let's go from dream to reality. I'm Dr. Julia Royston. I'm always here to help you get your message to the mass until God takes me and turn your words into wealth and be a book business boss. Let's see who's joined me. Hey, Kim, how are you? I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Hey, Rachel, how are you, love? Praying for you guys, prospering and singing. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do. Yeah, very important that people and young people see themselves because they have something to aspire to. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you guys very soon. And write that book now. Join me. Share it with a friend, tell somebody else, tell a neighbor who's always talking about writing, but haven't done it yet. They're talking about, I got this manuscript, I don't know what to do next. Let Julia Royston help you and point you in the right direction to get it done, to get it finished. RoystonClasses.com is where you register. Be blessed. Have a phenomenal rest of the day. Bye-bye.